Okay, guys, I wanted to talk to you about the album artwork assignment. I know I could just post this criteria up on the web, but I thought I would narrate it for you. The internet can seem so impersonal. So I wanted to just walk you through this a little bit. This is my first draft of this assignment criteria. I will have the final criteria posted by the beginning of next week, but this is generally what it is. I just wanted to give you some guidelines so that as the weeks progress towards the due date, you will know where you're headed and start thinking about and getting some inspiration. Okay, so what we're doing is we're designing album artwork, music album artwork. So if you were to buy a CD at the store, what would the CD cover look like? What would the back side of the cover, as well as the spine, look like? As I see note here, your mission is to design album cover artwork for a real music album by a real band, ensemble, or performer. So if you are into hip hop, great. If you're into classical music, fantastic. I love all sorts of music, so I'm kind of enjoying this assignment myself. But what I want is you to take an existing album and an existing song from that album to inspire your work, to imbue your design. So like I said, any musical genre is acceptable, and it also can be a band from the present or the past. Maybe you even want to do a local band, somebody you want to expose me to. That's fine as well. What you need to do, however, is design the artwork to industry specifications to fit a standard CD jewel case. And there is an extra credit component for this assignment as well, which I'll discuss in a moment. So why? Why this particular assignment? Well, the act of illustrating is not something that we can get too anal about. But ultimately what I'm hoping to see is where you take your inspiration and how you apply it using these new tools that you're learning in Illustrator. And how do you take the abstraction of something like a piece of music and use it to create something novel and interesting that might compel other people to enjoy the same thing that you do. So I'm also hoping to see you use the tools that we have been exploring. For example, the Bezier tool. In week 7 we'll be working with type. Lesson 7 we'll be working with type, and lesson 6 we'll be working with color. I just want you to illustrate something that might make me want to listen to that song in that album. So the criteria: the band, ensemble, performer must be real, not something that you're making up. The artwork should draw inspiration from a song on a real album, as discussed before. And the song must be something that I, as the instructor, can listen to on YouTube for me to reference when I'm looking at your work and thinking about what you've done and seeing what you've done. Any musical genre is acceptable, but just use good judgment. So let's not push the envelope and offend our peers with something that's not so nice, maybe offensive or incendiary. As we discussed, you can choose someone from the present or the past, just as long as we can find a recording on YouTube. I don't care if it's someone's ridiculous homemade video with pictures of their baby with the song track playing. I just want to be able to listen. That's the goal. It is due April 6th at 11:59 p.m. And what you must submit is front cover artwork for the CD, back cover artwork for the CD, including the 1/4-inch folding lines for the spines of the jewel case. So when you're designing, not only do you think about the covers, but you also have to think about the spines, because remember, CDs are 3-dimensional, so you have those spines to think about. You need to provide a link to the source that you used for your size specifications. So implicit in this step, number 3, is that I want you as a designer to do some research and use the web to find out what those size specifications are for the jewel case. These are things that we don't think about when we open and close our CD, but there are specific size specifications for your CD cases that designers use to create their artwork. I also need your album information and a link to a YouTube recording so that I can listen to your track and review your work. Okay, you also, bing, 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 get an extra credit opportunity if you want to actually design the CD, the round CD artwork. You may, for up to 25 points of extra credit, and you need to do that as well to industry size specifications. So how do you design the donut shape? Hey, worth a challenge? Let's see what you can learn on your own. So just as we said here, your resources, this is a real world project. In industry, you're likely to be asked to design everyday objects. So milk cartons, shoe boxes, dog food bags. Who knows what they're going to throw at you in the world of 3 dimensions? Not everything gets designed on a piece of paper. And I have been in a crunch a number of times where I've got to go do my research and figure out exactly what that size and shape is that I need to design for, because those proportions are so essential. So we want to learn on the fly, and I want to see if you can do that too. Remember that the internet is your friend. Just use good judgment. Try to use intelligent language to get the right results. Specifications is a term in industry. You know, what are the specifications, size specifications for example, that grocery bag? I bet it's out there somewhere. But in this case, we're looking for CD jewel cases. And don't limit your search to just one attempt, for example, with this one that I suggest. Try some other ones. See what you can learn about this process of designing container packaging. All right, so I'm hoping this gives you a little bit of a preview. Again, we're going to have one piece of artwork for the CD, back cover artwork as well, including the folding lines for the jewel case, a link to your source for your size specifications. And what I will be adding as well, I'm seeing that I missed in this initial attempt, is that these will all be on one single document with multiple artboards, and those artboards will need to be set up to the size specifications for the CD. Okay? Have some fun thinking about what you're going to do. If you have any questions or you need more clarification, please don't hesitate to email me or post it on the help desk. But also email me, because I'm limited in my time to go in and check some things. So good luck. I can't wait to see what you guys do. Take care.